Hello and welcome. In this movie we will show you the basics of the BioLOMICS web service. There are two sections, the admin panel where the data to be exposed are specified, and the user interface or the UI documentation where the user can create the endpoints. We start with the admin panel. Navigate to the specific admin page and log in with the account of the superadmin. It opens the place where the web service can be defined. This is the mapping to match between the tables and the models of the API. The models are shown in the user interface documentation and are the structures of the data used by an endpoint. So here we specify the data that should be exposed. We will use two tables, the strains table and the order headers table. For each table we specify the fields to be included. Make sure that all the SQL names are written correctly. In the strains table, in this example, we use a link field, a number field and a date field. For the link field we also specify a number field in the target table. The client secret can be added as preferred. When this is added like we have done here, this value is needed to authenticate successfully in the user interface documentation. When all needed fields are specified, click on the Save button. Now we go to the user interface part. Navigate to the specific web service page. On the left we see the navigation column showing the endpoints for the tables we specified in the admin panel. So here we see the order headers table and then the strains table. At the bottom there is the models section. Here we can see the structures. So for example, when we click on strains, we see first the metadata fields or the header fields, and after the specific fields we added in the admin panel. For each table the following tags are present: the get, to retrieve data from the database, the post, to add a new record to the database, put, to update all the fields of a given record, patch, to update the selected fields only for a given record, and delete, to delete the record. The tags that have ID behind are for one record only. The other tags are for multiple records, in batch. All the tags will be shown in this movie. The first one to start with is the get based on ID. We will in this example get the data from ID 78. When clicking on one of the tags, information about the parameters, the headers and the response are given. To start, click on the Test Request button. First we will need to authenticate by adding the information of the superadmin. If the client secret was provided in the admin panel, then it has to be entered here as well. On the left we see the request section where we can put the different parameters. In the ID field we add the ID of the record we want to get the data from. Then click on Send. The response is shown on the right in JSON format. Here we see the header fields like the ID, the name, etc., as well as the specified fields. They are showing the data as they are also visible in the main window of BioLOMICS. So the two linked records as well as the temperature and the collection date. To get the information from a field in the target table, add in the header section accept and as a value write application/links+JSON. Then click on the Send button to see the response. Here we have two linked records, including the price field. To get the information of multiple records in batch, we use the get tag. Here we can specify the records to be found. For example, all the records that have a name starting with BioloMICS 7. In total, 10 records are found matching the criteria. The way the results are presented can be changed by using the sort by and the sort direction parameters. Now the record with the highest ID is presented on top, then the second highest, and so on. The next tag is the post, where we will create a complete new record in the table. In the body section, add the information that should be added to the new record. So we have the name of the record to be put within double quotes. Then the details field. This is a header field that is editable. To add one or more links to the link field, simply add the ID of the target record. Then we add the temperature and the collection date. The response is giving 201 created, which is good. When we now go to BioLOMICS and refresh the table, the new record is visible, including the information we added in the body. In the put based on ID, we will update all the fields of a specific record. Here we will add some extra information to one of the fields in the record to show what happens after the put. When using put or patch, the version number is required, and this can be retrieved from the get. So we will first do a get on ID 79. We can copy the full response to clipboard and go to the put based on ID. In the body we paste the code from clipboard. The ID and the version number can be taken from the code. Enter the ID in the variables section and the version number in the headers. Some of the header fields are read-only and can therefore be removed from the body. Then the actual values to be put in the record can be provided. When ready, click on the Send button. When you see a 204 no content result, then it's good. When we go to the database and refresh the table, we see that all the fields of the given record are updated. The next one is the put in batch. Here we will duplicate the last record to be used for the put as well. Then, first we need to do a get to get the version numbers. We will limit the output by showing the last two records. Then we copy the code between the angle brackets to clipboard. In the put, we paste the code into the body section. The header fields can be removed. The version number should be kept when making changes in batch. We will make some changes to the values of the fields to see the results after more clear. For the last record, we will remove the collection date. Then when we refresh the table, the results are displayed. The collection date is now question mark for the last record. Then we move to the patch based on ID. This will update the given record for the specific fields only. For the patch, we do need the version number. Therefore, we go first to the get based on ID and copy the response code. We paste the code in the body section. Then enter the ID and the version number above. The header fields can be removed from the body and the values of the specific fields can be updated. When the body is good, click on Send. Each time the Send button is clicked, a new version number is being created, and this can be retrieved from the header section on the right, in the E tag. This version number can be put on the left again to start another patch on ID. In BioLomics, when we refresh, the new data are shown. Only the specified fields are updated in this case. To update multiple records in one go, we use the patch. Again, we first do a get to get the version numbers of the fields involved. We will take the last two records for this example. Copy the code between the angle brackets and go to the patch tag. Paste the code in the body section. Then we remove the header fields and update the values of the specific fields. When ready, we click on the Send button. In BioLomics, when we refresh, we see that both records are updated. We can also delete the given record from the web service. First, we will create a new record in the database, which we will delete from the web service. We will start with the delete based on ID, which will delete one record only. Enter the ID of the record to be deleted and click on Send. When we refresh the table in BioLomics, the record has been deleted. The last step is to delete multiple records in batch. Enter the IDs of the records to be deleted. Then click on Send. When we refresh the table in BioLomics, also those two records are deleted. Thank you for watching.